You got Todd, and I'm glad you stopped in today. Starting another project in here. We are working on the trellis system for our blackberries. And I thought I would record this because I haven't seen very much information out there on how to do this. So yesterday I spent time designing the method of producing them. I am just about half done, and I've pretty much got it perfected. They're just like the ones that we're using for pretty much for the raspberries. Now those have been there for, this is going to go on the 6th season, and they've held up fine. I made a few modifications to strengthen them, and we'll finish the build here today. Here is what they kind of look like, the finished product before painting. And Jess is going to paint them here pretty soon. She's on her way back in, and we'll start the build. I'd like to start today's video by giving a shout out to a website called Fritz Preacher, and he restoreth my faith in doing videos. So I thought I would start the year with another project, and we've got a lot of them coming this year. So if you like them, as he said today, hit that like button for me, and please hit subscribe. We need all the help that we can get. So Jess is in here. She's putting down a tarp, and she's going to paint these as I build them, and I'll explain what I do as we do it. So stay with us. Okay, we'll continue on with this build. What we're doing is these trellises, there's 7 in a row, and we have got it half done currently. Now what you'll see is the end posts are 2 5/8 diameter tubing, and the inside ones are 1 3/8. Obviously there's not as much tension on those. We are putting, this is 1/4 by 1/4 by 1/2 angle iron, drilled 2 inches from each end. This is where wires are going to go through when we put them in the ground. The spread on this top one is 18 inches, and the lower trellis is 10 inches. So everything will come up. This is going to be in the ground, probably 2 foot. Finish height is around 48 inches. We'll take you through the assembly of these things. There's my rough drawn blueprint. We made the workstation, we brought it right in. It looks pretty good. And Jess has been over here on this side painting them up. About 1 can will do 3.5. Now we've got 2 more 1 5/8 tubes over there. Those are my end, and those are the inside for the second row. So we'll get going and see what we can come up with, see if we can knock the rest of these out. Start with a 5 foot long 1 3/8 cut to length. We'll come on this side. What I'm going to first do is I'm going to mark where my slots are going to be. My first slot is going to be 2 inches down from the top. My second one is going to be 20 inches. Now when I make the slot, I'm going to use the saw to go in about 1/3 of the way through this pipe. We want these angle iron to fit on the sides of it for support and strength. Okay, what I need to do first before I can start assembling is I need to make some cuts. I've got plenty of the short 10-inch long ones, but I need to make, what are they? 18-inch long angle iron, and that is the top. So we'll measure up 18s. Two, three, and I believe that comes out perfect. Each one makes 4. So we'll cut these now and we'll get it going. Now as I cut those, I do deburr them so Jessica doesn't cut herself when she's working around with the paint. Make this cut. Now we have enough raw material to make up 4 more units. So, how I start is I'm going to come in here and I put a mark 2 inches down from the top, which is where our first bracket is going to be installed. And what I want to do is cut this through approximately 1/3 of the way. Let's see how close I can get it. Yep, it just doesn't, we don't want the angle iron to bottom out on it. We want the screw to hold it in place. So that one is in the right location. We are going to slide this down. We're going to kind of support it right there. What?
The camera work is a little...
Now I'm going to find the center point of this 18, which is 9, and I'm going to put a mark on it. That mark signifies where I am going to drill this. You see that? I put it right in the center of my tubing. Should be 9 inches on each side of it. I'll come in and put my drill here, hold her in. Now I suppose I could take one of those teak screws and manhandle it all the way through it. But if you've done very much of that, you'll know that that's a lot easier said than done. Right, perfect. I'm going to come in, grab a screw. I'll get it. That should be perfect. Now, with that one installed, I'm going to bring this back in. I'm going to set that as level as possible horizontally. And if I slot another slot here, which is approximately 20 inches down from my top, I should be able to install a short one, and it will be in the same location. again, horizontal. Grab a short one. Come over. Whoop, gotta measure it because I won't know where the center of it is. 10 is 5. And you know, you could get your micrometer out and make sure everything is plus or minus 10, but 15, whatever. But I don't think it really is going to matter. We're just growing blackberries. See, I can't even put it through a hole. There you go. Thank you. Nice having 3 hands. And let's see. Perfect. Got it. And we got one more step before Jess can paint that. I've seen a lot of different designs for trellises, but the reason that we make them out of steel the way we have is because the environment inside of a high tunnel is just terrible for wood. And like I said, the ones that we've got in the existing raspberry rows are 6 years old, and the only maintenance really that I've ever had to do with it is occasionally we get carried away with our snippers and we cut the wire. I don't know who did that, but I'm sure I've done it. Well, there you go. Ready for the finished paint? We'll continue on. That's how long it takes to make one. And again, every row has 2 end posts, which are different gauge, and then there's 5 in the middle. So there's 7 poles and 132 foot. Well, we'll continue on and we'll speed this up and we'll guide you all the way through this. Thanks. Welcome back to A Very Good Life. This is Todd and got Jessica out here, and we are working on our arbor project for our new blackberry rows. We did finish assembling them and painting them, and we've got one more to put in of the end posts. We're driving them down to 48 inches on a slight angle, so the weight of the blackberries, when it pulls it doesn't pull them right out. I've learned that one. As you can see, I didn't learn in time on that one over there. Well, we kind of trying to anticipate the weight. So we've got this one in, and there's one way down there in. Those two actually are RDN 48 along with this one up here. Then we run the string on it so we can put our center posts in. And once that's done, we will run our wire. So I'll speed this up. We'll put this last pole in, and we'll keep you abreast of this little project, but it's actually on the back side of running out of work to do on it. Well, you've seen us hammering away. We're getting hot in here, actually. I don't like hot. That's one of the reasons I don't like farming in the summertime. Jess is finishing a little paint job on them. Had one that I left long. You probably have seen that. Say, hey, what's that? Well, most important thing is they just get in line. We're taking them down to the top wire around 47 inches, and we've got 2, 4, 6 more to go. So we'll finish this up tomorrow and run our wires in it. And then we're ready to put a slit in the floor where it's going to be planted, and we just wait till the end of the month. So see you tomorrow. Come on back. From Todd and Jess, it's A Very Good Life. Well, thanks for coming and helping. This should be the last day that I'm working on this trellis arbor setup for the blackberries. I've got 6 more to put in down there of the interior trellis work, and then I'm going to try to run a set of wires. Looks pretty good. Nothing happened last night in here. Not that I was expecting it to, but it's nice to know it's all the same. Deer didn't run through the string or anything. So I'll get busy. We'll put these 6 in, and we'll see how we come out. Stay with us. Okay, we're going to move on to the next step. We got them all in. And at this point, I'm not really concerned about the fine adjustments and whether they're just perfect. Honestly, I don't care that they're just perfect, but I will make adjustments if they really stand out height-wise once I start running my wires. So we're on the next step, and that is run the wire. So I got my nifty adapter applicator roller, and then I threw some wire on there, and that is just, I believe, 17 mil. Yeah, 17 gauge wire, and we're just gonna we're gonna run it all the way down on each of the 4 holes, and I will show you how we terminate it when we get to that point. So right now I'm just gonna run it down and give me probably 2-3 foot extra at each end. Stay with me. Okay, now I'm done down here at the beginning. What I've done is terminated these 4 wires, and how I do it, I use just a washer. I cut the wire and spin it around, and that makes a secure, very strong termination point for the wire. Just goes through the hole on the arbor, and never had a problem with it. So now we'll go to the other end, and I'll show you how we terminate the other end. Now altogether I believe I have $325 probably when I'm all done for 14 of them. It does seem kind of rich, I know, but if you put in the fact that they never wear out over the course of maybe double what something else would last, it's actually a pretty good price. So let's get working on this side now and show you what I got. Get my washers again. Put a washer on it. Spin it around the wire. Crank that out a little bit. Like so. Put it through the hole. Aha. Now this is where all the magic comes from, right here. tighten these tight. Not yet. Until you have the other side put in. They'll start pulling these poles. Another washer. Bring it in. Tape over this, dress it up. I guess about the only thing that I would say is you tend to get caught on anything sharp, so keep that in mind. I've used these on grape arbors, very strong. They don't seem to catch a deer. Let deer rubs on too. That just kind of sucks, right? You see this is kind of hold this one a little bit too tight. There you go. And wires out now. One little click is quite a bit. Once you get them tight, although I think they might stretch. I tighten them every year. That's pretty good. One. There you go. Pretty good. Take that string off there. They seem to be staying pretty much same height. That's what we wanted. Ready for blackberries. We'll just the next step, we will be cutting the ground fabric off, probably 6 to 1 foot width all the way down the row, and laying our drip tape in there. And at that point, we are ready for the plants to come in, and they are plugs, not bare root, for this particular type of blackberry. I'll tell you more about that when we go to start planting them. Well, thanks much for seeing me through this project. And remember, give us a like. We got to change the algorithm on YouTube. Obviously, I'm doing something wrong besides my camera work. But give me a like. Please subscribe if you like this. If I showed you at least how we do it here, I don't know if it's the right way. It's just how we do it. And hopefully I gave you some ideas. Thanks for stopping in.